I'm delighted to have grabbed Tony Chapman, fresh off his presentation here at the REALiTY conference. And Tony spoke on how to get heard in the age of noise, which I think is a totally relevant topic for most of us today. And I'm delighted that Tony's going to give us a bit of a synopsis of what he talked about and share some of his insights with you.
Well, I mean, the essence was that attention's the oxygen of all human endeavor. We need attention if we're going to shape how people think, feel, or behave. If we're going to motivate, excite, educate, attention's paramount. But if you look at this world, in this noisy world, it's too much and too many is chasing a finite amount of time. I can't possibly pay attention to everything, as good as your ideas are. And then we have a consumer that sees power with this mobile phone saying, I don't really need a lot of what you have to offer. I can get it here. And then finally, the disappointing thing about humanity right now is this lack of trust. There's a sense of me versus you. All of this is coming together and changed the marketplace. The middle's disappeared. And the choice I ask the audience to make is either to be relevant, to make things happen, to be transformative, or if they don't, they're simply going to be in the transaction business and they will be disrupted and eventually displaced by machines that are faster, better, cheaper.
So how do you do that? How do you get heard?
Well, it takes empathy and generosity and listening, because it's not about you. What matters most is what matters to your client. Some are interested in safety and security and affordability. Others want to know what's going to happen in the home and how are my kids going to grow up and what's happening in my community around it. People sometimes are looking for purpose. Is this a place that I can live and grow in, community that I can be part of? And others are self-actualization. I used to have a garden. I used to fix motorcycles in my garage, and now I'm downsizing. All of these things are very transformative moments in my life. It's not just simply buying and selling a house. They're life changes. And they're about my life and my livelihood. And so what I tried to focus on is, instead of telling your story, you're number one, you're important, you're such a great agent, I said, maybe it's better that you focus on what matters most to the individual. Because when you do that, I stop paying attention to the data and the apps and all this stuff. And I focus on you because you have my interests at heart.
So getting them to talk must be important. How do you understand what matters to them if they aren't talking, if you're not listening? Is that a key part of what you're...
The key is, and it's not what you do and how you do it and how many you've done. It's why this matters most to you. Why are you making this real estate decision? What are the things of importance? And not just in the present, but start getting the client to project 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even a decade out. And if you understand where they're going with their story and what's important to their life and how that'll change with things like children and aging parents, if you start putting this into the scenario and you say, I can help you find the house. That house can be a stage that can help you achieve everything that you're after. Then you become somebody that's very transformative to me. There's somebody that's very meaningful to me. Someone that I will pay attention to. That's how you're going to find a way to disrupt the disruptors that just simply want to do deals quickly and cheaply.
Right. So if that's not natural to me, how do I be more attentive, be more in tune with that?
I talk about the principles of storytelling. You have a hero, normal person. They go on something happens that forces them to go looking for something. And then they meet people along the way to help them get there, and hopefully at the end it's a happy ending. They get to where they want to go. That story arc is really human nature, because we live our life and then something says we want to change it. Get a new job, buy a house, have children. That's a quest that we're on. So I talk about within that story, the hero is your client. Whether they're buying or selling, whether it's commercial or residential, they're the hero. You're not the hero. It's their quest they're going. It's their money they're putting on the table. It's their debt they're taking on. Your role has got to be the Yoda. And the Yoda asks the questions. The Yoda gives you conviction. The Yoda brings peace of mind. The Yoda says, hey, I've been there before. I've got your back. I'm in it with you to get you to where you need to go. And when you start thinking yourself as the Yoda versus just a facilitator of transactions, by the way, you'll enjoy your life more too, because it's more purposeful. You'll start seeing, I not only just sold that house, as I put that family in there and their kids love this neighborhood. And that to me is where real estate, I think the true real estate agents say it's not doing the deal, but it's creating the nest that allows people to fly.
It's real satisfaction, yeah. Thank you, Tony. That was a great presentation you did, and I'm delighted that business strategist Tony Chapman was able to join us today.